a walk can be really beneficial, just to get rid of any knots in the body or knots in the mind, any frustrations. I'm having one of those weeks, it would appear. And sometimes it's just best to get out of the house. So I currently live in a family home with an elderly parent, and yesterday I was trying to help because my dad was clearly struggling. I was told, he turned his back on me and shouted at me, "It's not to interfere, stop interfering." So I left what I was doing because it wasn't appropriate to try and reason in that state. Sometimes in his moods you can reason, or he can at least see, okay, I know you're trying to help. And yesterday that wasn't the case. So I left the house much sooner than I had planned to on a Sunday, but it all worked out well. It was ideal in the end, got me out the house, and I did a few things and went back, and he seemed to have calmed down. I was out for a good few hours, so it gave him ample time to do whatever it was he was doing and to see if he could do it, and if he couldn't, to take his time with it. And I understand his frustrations. I understand it must be difficult. However, my thing is he doesn't need to shout, and he shouts at me because I'm in the house, whereas my brother is seen as wonderful because he comes every now and again. He does help. He just sit and he does talk and listen to my dad. But the thing is, with me, I know that it'll all be relayed completely differently. It could even be turned into Alison didn't help when I was struggling. So it's always interesting, isn't it, when you deal with other people and you know that lies are told about you purposely. So when I got back yesterday, I stayed out the way, and I'm out the way today doing this walk. Often that will help me walk through my little knots of frustration, because obviously I will have them as well as he does, and just to let go of it. The issue is, or the added issue is, that he drinks. So as that was in the morning yesterday, there'll be some hangover still in place, I'm sure, in his body. So even though he says he can take it, he's on meds, he's getting older, and it will affect his body in different ways, and he'll just ignore that. He blames everything. Oh, I'm this because of the meds, I'm this because of the tablets, and they say the tablets will affect you this way, and that's what's going on. And it quite clearly isn't. Quite clearly is other things. So I've stopped saying that about the drink. I do say, well, everything we put into our bodies impacts us, impacts our moods, and impacts our health, and generally our well-being, how we're feeling, how we're interacting, and where our mood is. And unfortunately, he's always had narcissistic traits. So sometimes with his shenanigans, I'm left thinking, is this start of dementia? Is this, or not even start, is it along the route? Is this his narcissism? Is this his tablets? Is this his cancer? Is this whatever? And then what I have to do is ask myself, is this something that I've seen for years in him? Is this a behaviour I've had going on in my life since childhood? And often it is, and narcissistic traits and dementia are very, very similar. And narcissistic folk don't like the aging process or being seen to have a weakness. And obviously he's 80. Of course he's allowed to be frustrated and have these frustrations. And of course he lashes out at me. If it had been my brother, he would have apologised immediately. I've seen that happen. I've heard it happen. So I know he can apologise. I know he can recognise when his behaviour is wrong. So yesterday when I got back, I stayed out the way. Well, through to keep offering drinks. So, he could have had company if he wished. And he didn't. He was still off with me, which he does. You can just tell in his temperament, I'm not happy with you. And now I just let that go and don't engage. And whereas in my childhood I would have tried to appease that and rush around doing all sorts and let's try and get him back on side. And I think I was raised to believe it was my job. Not just me thinking that, but the family also leaving me to do that. And he doesn't expect that from other people. So today, this morning, I'm up and out on my walk and my day, prioritising myself. And I went through to say I'd see him later. And surprised, as if he wasn't expecting that. Although I go on most days and give him space. So I'll see what he's like when I get back. But a walk can often help with those frustrations. Is the point of this talk, a walk and a talk, even if it's just to yourself or to the phone. Get it all off your chest. It allows you to see things, see your part in things, without needing to engage with the other person. So I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having less frustrations than me. And I wish you well.